go ahead and go on with the interview. So I know you were saying that you were spending time with your mom.
Yes, I was, and it was awesome. It was really awesome.
So tell the listeners, those that are listening on radio and those that are listening on the Facebook audio, tell them a little bit about yourself. I believe we got some people in the conference line with us. So go ahead and tell a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what your goal is of what you're doing, and different. Tell us about you. I just know what I read on your bio, but I want to hear it from you. We can read a bio and I'm gonna ask questions from the bio, but I want to hear it from you.
Okay, well, I'm a soul-stirring gospel artist, born and raised in the church. The Church of God in Christ is my foundation. I'm the granddaughter of Bishop Jerome Norman, and my mother is Evangelist Claudia Price North. I am the wife of Dupree Owens, and we've been married 25 years this year. We have 3 lovely, wonderful adult children, two boys, Kai Tay, and our daughter is Tondi Owens. I have been singing my entire life. I'm the elder sister of Kelly Price. And we had one younger sister, Sakina Price, who she passed 4 years ago, and she was the baby. But we've been singing our entire lives. The Price sisters were pretty well known up the East Coast, New York, and throughout that region up there, New York and Pennsylvania and all of that. My mother traveled us. You might as well say she was our first manager, and she traveled us up and down the coast as we were little girls. So the Price sisters were pretty well known in the gospel realm, and which opened doors for us to sing later on in our upper teens with secular artists such as George Michael, Mariah Carey. She was actually our employer, and so we worked her for a number of years.
Oh wow!
And I've worked. Yes, I've been blessed to work with a lot of different artists like P. Diddy. We work with Luther Vandross. I've worked with some of everybody. Usher. I've worked with Black Rob, a bunch of different people, a bunch of different artists we were blessed to work with. Gloria Estefan and Tanya Blount, who was on Sister Act 2. I worked with a lot of different people. Lord really opened doors for me. But my roots are gospel. My roots are Christianity. And so while I was in the middle of doing all of that, building my career secularly, we actually had actually had a record deal with Columbia Sony Records, and that didn't happen. But in the middle of my career, the Lord snatched me out and said, no, I have something else for you to do. And that was to raise my children, my first ministry. And the Lord said, I don't want you to gain the whole world and lose your soul.
Yes.
And so it was very conflicting at the time, and what I mean by that, it was just really hard to go from traveling the world, knowing that you was doing what your purpose, what God created you to do, and being so young and not understanding that how God works at the time, and that whatever He said is going to happen for you, it's going to happen. It may not happen when you think it's going to happen, but it is going to happen.
Right.
And so He set me aside, and I see why now. We paused, and my husband and I, and we raised our grown folk. I call them grown folk. We raised them, and now, so a few years back, the Lord said, now I want you to start writing and singing. And at that time, I was like, no, I'm fine with doing what I'm doing. You know, we're working with our local church down here in Atlanta, and it was a multicultural church, pretty nice size, and I was enjoying just blessing, just being a blessing right there. And the Lord said, I couldn't sleep at night. Minister Herndon, I couldn't sleep at night. And so I finally would just get up and say, okay, I'll write something. And my husband and I, we work together. So he produces my music. He plays every instrument.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he's a musical genius, thank God. And we've always worked together, the entire family in ministry. So when I started writing and singing and everything, he produced it. Thank God everything's in-house. He started producing our music, and we started putting music out here and there independently. And I really initially did it just to act like I was going to appease God, you know? Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, he kept saying, I said, now write some more. Go sing some more. And I was like, you know, I stopped and said, Lord, I'm a little bit too old for this, and you know. And he was like, I don't move on man's time, and I don't do things the way man think it should be done. This is the time now.
Right.
And so I started, you know, it's just obedience. I just started being obedient to the Lord. And then as we were doing it, the whole family is involved. Our grown folks sing and play with us. We have our nieces and nephews that sing and play with us.
Oh, wow.
And we have God family that sing and play with us. And so, I mean, the Lord he's just making moves. I mean, to the point, Dr. Herndon, I'm calling you Dr. Herndon, that's what I'm hearing. To the point to where the Lord closed the doors. I'm a teacher. My degrees are, I teach. And I mean, the Lord forced me off of my job. I was like, oh, Lord, I love teaching. And the Holy Spirit said, and you are going to teach, but you're going to teach the way I want you to teach, and you're going to reach people the way I want you to reach them. Now, this is the time for you to do what I purposed you to do. So I said, all right. So here we are now. Here we are.
Yeah, you know, when you said you brought Church of God in Christ, yeah, I was brought up in Church of God in Christ too. So I got drugged to church, as they say.
Yes, all day, all night, right?
Right. Monday through Friday, sometimes those prayer and Bible bands. Oh Lord, help me, Jesus. You know.
Yes. Oh, and did you have to stay for the all night prayer?
Oh yeah, the shut in. Oh my God, help me! It's like they had shut ins every night.
Oh my goodness! And then we still had to get up and go to school the next morning. Yes.
4 o'clock. I remember my mother. 4 o'clock in the morning, we coming home from church. And then at 5 o'clock, we eating homemade biscuits. And 7 o'clock, we making sure our homework is done, getting ready to get on the bus.
Yes, isn't that something?
Yeah.
Yes, but that was our foundation, and you know, I thank God for it because I have my relationship with the Lord has been cultivated through all of that. So I can't say that I don't like that part of my life, you know. Right.
Me neither. You know, I'm not Church of God in Christ now, but you know, I'm you know, our soul, I believe, is how we were brought up. You know, I believe that once our parents trained us in the way we should go, we always came back to it. So
that's right.
You know, and I know, you know, seeing you guys being in the limelight all your lives, I know that was a rough road for you guys because you're always in the limelight. And it's like, okay, I've been in the limelight. I don't want to be in the limelight, but thank God anyway, I'm ministering in the limelight.
Right. Yeah, because you know, whatever life challenges you may experience, because we are in the limelight, everybody sees it and knows it, you know. So,
right.
All right. It's okay.
So tell us a little bit about your project that you have right now, that you're doing on. I heard some of the songs on it.
It's for a long time coming, and we just released it January 20th, and that was a blessing. My first solo project, and so the introductory song to the album was called No Boundaries. That came out in December to introduce the album, and I was told in February or March of this year that No Boundaries was nominated for an IRA award, which that happened in June. And I was blessed to go down to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and be a part of that. And I was in a category with legendary people. The song was nominated for I was nominated for contemporary quartet, a solo quartet artist of the year. And I was in the same category with, it was 5 of us, with 4 other legendary quartet, well-known quartet singers. And I was just honored for No Boundaries to even be recognized in the same category with these legends who've been doing singing quartet for 30 years, 25 years. And I said, what a beautiful beginning. This is a beautiful beginning for me because, again, my project just dropped this January, this year, 20th, and it's just been an amazing journey so far. You know, I'm going out and doing different things. We had a small up close and personal concert on May 20th.
Yeah, I seen the flyer. Yeah, I seen that flyer.
And it was amazing. Oh my goodness! And just been doing different things. I went to the Stella Awards and did a few things there. A couple of showcases, the Jay Williams showcase. I did Uncle G showcase. And then just been going. I went to the Rhythm of Gospel Awards, but I went there to support my sister, Sheila Moore Piper. And it was just went there and mingled, and I was blessed to be able to meet Mark Rogers and a whole lot of people and reconnect with a lot of people. So this has just been very, very interesting and just I'm loving it and exciting.
Yeah, you know, it's unbelievable. Like I've been telling my wife, I said, you know, I gotta go to one of those awards, even if I don't get nominated, at least to meet the people whose music I play. You know, and
oh my goodness.
You know,
that would be so wonderful just to meet you in person. I hope that you can make the Spin Awards that are it's coming in October, September, October of this year with Minstrel Appointed. That would be because we come out and they're honoring you all, the radio host. Y'all are being honored, and we're there just to salute you all, and that would be awesome. But it doesn't matter. I want to follow you because whichever one you choose to go to, I want to come and meet you personally.
Amen. I wish we could get something going on out here in Oklahoma. You know, I know.
That would be exciting.
I don't know if you're part of the GMWA with Bishop what's his name? Kenny Wells, Bishop Kenny Wells out of California. And I'm not a member, but I went for the first time last summer, and I'm gonna go again this month. It's down here in Atlanta, so I'm gonna be going to the GMWA, and I actually I might sing on one of the panels on one of the showcases. So I'm still waiting to hear something, to hear back from them. Right.
But if you do something in Oklahoma, I guess we're coming to Oklahoma.
Okay. Well, I'm supposed to be meeting with the person over the chapter of the Oklahoma chapter. So she's over, from what I understand, she's over Oklahoma City all the way to Tulsa, and then all the way back going towards, Texas, going northeast or something like that, from what I was told. But I would love to get you see you and meet you in person and hear you jam your music, ladies and gentlemen. She has her CD is off the hook. If you have not, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not purchased her music, go look. You spend how much is your full CD?
Oh my goodness! That whole thing is $9.99.
And you'll spend, and people will spend $20 to go see the Avengers at the movie. So
you're right about that.
So look, get her CD, and that's something you can have all the time. Even if you buy the singles, I believe the singles are 99 cents.
Yes, sir. Yes, they are.
So even if you start off by buying the singles, supporting them, supporting her music, she's an independent gospel artist. And I tell you, if you have not heard any of her songs, wow! I'm like, it's blessing. They were blessing. I just told them they were blessing me.
I'm so happy you like it.
So, if you had any, let me ask you this: do you have any encouraging words? You say you deal with the young folks, which is your kids. Do you have any encouraging words for other young folks who are not your kids, but they want to try and be they want to grow up to be gospel singers and get in doing what you're doing?
Yes, I want to tell you, if you are called, if God called you to do it, or if you know this is what you're supposed to do it. Don't give up. Don't get discouraged. And like I said on an interview a little earlier this week, failure is a part of success. So if you fail in something, don't give up. Just learn from it. Grow from it and keep it moving. And listen, even if it doesn't happen in a time frame, because a lot of us, we plan things out. We have our timelines. We have our vision boards. And if it doesn't happen in your timeline when you think it doesn't happen, just continue to do what you know you're supposed to do. And don't give up. Because people are out there waiting on you. They're waiting on your gifts and your talents. So don't give up. Don't get discouraged. Go on and step out on faith and make a difference in this world.
Amen. Amen. And most of all, minister the gospel.
Yes.
That's
right.
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to Alonzo Bennett. He's the radio owner of Hot 810 in Flint, Michigan. He's tuned in with us. So Alonzo,